and free labor.
Yes.
This was a creative strategy.
Mm-hmm.
By dipping into the prison labor pool, companies have picked their pick of workers that they can control.
Mm-hmm.
And it's free. They don't have to worry about health insurance,
Mm-hmm.
sick days. They don't have to worry about demands for vacation.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to worry about you calling in, taking time off.
Exactly.
Inmate workers are full-time and never absent. And
Yep.
the federal government, pay attention, the federal government subsidizes the use of inmate labor by private companies,
Mm-hmm.
and they get a tax write-off.
Exactly. Exactly. And back to what they do, I had 8 men, and I hate to say it like there were 8 men that I worked with. As far as what they did, I mean, it was unreal, the type of stuff that we got involved in doing. I mean, cutting debris and stuff off the side of the road, going in ponds and beaver ponds. You talking about snake infested stuff like that.
Right.
Well, the department that I was working for, well, they cut back on our workforce. So actually the inmates that were in the local area, I mean, they used them. That was probably, I guarantee, probably 85% of the work that was done were done by road crews.
Right.
They had more inmates. I guarantee they probably had more inmates going out than they did the department that I worked for.
Exactly.
Doing the same type of stuff. Yeah.
The same, and we're definitely going to talk about that. Again, this is Sister to Sister. If you have a question or a comment or a question, give us a call, 915-5202. In talking about this tax write-off, there's a tax credit called the WOTC, which is the Work Opportunity Tax Credit for private sector employees. They earn a tax credit of $2,400 annually for every prisoner that is on work release.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of them get more tax credit write-off than women get or men get for an EIC credit on their taxes.
Exactly. Because it's all funded. You know, it's all funded. And it's funded on higher levels than what we think. I mean, we see it on the paper, but as far as where that money actually comes from,
I'm glad you said that, because I'm gonna tell you where exactly. And I'm gonna throw you. I wanna digress a little bit, and I want to talk about, because last week we talked about the Black codes, and we talked about the things of modern day slavery and how it enroots. Let me tell you this. I wrote this, and I wrote these things down because I didn't want to miss anything. It was important to make sure that when I'm speaking, sometimes I didn't want one point to be missed, because this is very serious for me. Because when you look, our young men are getting arrested younger and younger for trivial little charges.
That's right.
And it's kind of like, I was talking to my husband, and we were talking off camera, and we're talking about some of the movies. If everybody remembers, one of my favorite movies is Medea Goes to Jail. And if you remember when the girl got 17 years and she said, I don't know what happened. And they was like, 17 years, good Lord, that's a lot of time.
Right.
Well, that was a movie, but that is really, really happening. And I'm going to explain facts of why. So I wrote, the end of slavery hurt the South economically. With the loss of free labor in the 19th century, a prison system was created in the South in order to maintain slavery. Remember Angola prison in Louisiana?
That's right.
That was the first plantation that was transformed into a prison. In 1880, this 8,000-acre family plantation was purchased by the state of Louisiana and converted into a prison. Slave quarters then became cell units. And now Angola prison went from 8,000 to 18,000 acres of incarcerated land.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Today's corporations can lease factories in prisons, as well as lease prisoners out to factories.
Exactly.
In most cases, private corporations are running prisons for profit, further increasing their stake in locking people up. So now we already are clear that it is beneficial for you to be incarcerated.
For someone, yeah. For the people that's incarcerated, I'm sure they don't, they wouldn't agree with that. But for the folks that have these industries that are getting built every day, yeah. Hey, they love to lock people up. for little stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. They want to lock you up. That's why, like the last show when I was saying, try to stay out the way as much as possible, because for every person that gets locked up, an officer locks a person up, they get a credit for it as well, especially if it's something major, like drugs, or you get a convicted felon with a pistol or something like that. They get a credit for that. They get recognition for that. All right. Then when they get incarcerated, well, then it's still getting paid. The system is still getting paid. And the bad part about it is it's never really worked out with the offender. Like
right.
they go to prison, and it's like they set them up to go right back.
Right.
Unfortunately.
And it is. That's the key word, set up.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're sister to sister. Can we talk? If you have a question or comment, give us a call at 915-5202. If you've been in the system, if you've been a part of the system, if you have a family member that's currently in the system, give us a call and let us know what you think. Another food for thought. Imagine living in a country where prisons are private corporations that profit from keeping their beds stocked or near capacity. Surprise, we already do.
Right.
More than 37 states in the United States have occupancy guarantees in their prison codes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What that means is that most prisons has a clause in their contract with the